Hi folks, John Murray here with Surma Industries. Today we're going to be highlighting our multi-ratio 2-cycle oil. We're going to be taking a brand new Ryobi chainsaw and we'll pull it out of the box. It's brand new, it's never had anything in it. We'll put their oil in it, we'll put their chain lube in it. We're going to go ahead and run the saw. We're going to test the RPMs on the saw right out of the box with a non-touch RPM meter. Then we're going to also take and on the bar take a temperature probe and see how hot the bar got just riding on the plain lubes. And once we're done with all that fun stuff, we'll do a little cutting and show you how it cuts. And then what we're going to do after that is go back and retreat, empty out all the fuel, empty out all the oil, and introduce Cerma products into this saw and repeat all the above tests and see where we end up. So if you'll bear with us, we're going to come back here in a minute after I get the saw out of the box and get it all set up, and we'll get this test going and let you see what we're doing. Again, Surma 2-cycle oil. Okay, we've gone ahead and put in the fuel and the bar oil on a ratio of 50:1 as required. We've got a Stihl EDT7, and we're going to set the mode to P1, which is for single cylinder. This is an RPM gauge. It will allow us to put, without touching, we can set it up next to the machine. It will show you the true RPMs. And we've got a master cool infrared thermometer. We're going to be using that to test the bar once we do a free run and then once we do a cut. And then we're going to go ahead and stop, clean up the machine, get all this out, get all this out. We're going to replenish the machine with Surma products and then go through the same exact testing again. So what we're going to do next, let's get this. As you see, it's warmed up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and run it. It's warm. It's sitting on the Ryobi lubricants bottle that comes with it. All right. It's running on that. It's running on bar oil, just standard bar oil. I want to touch this. Seems to do that fine. The chain's nice and snug. So we're going to go ahead and start this back up, and you won't be able to hear me talking, of course, because it's going to be so loud. But we're going to try and zoom in on this and get a good reading. And notice the RPMs, the maximum RPMs. We're going to run it full throttle and see what it does at that point. Then we're going to swing over here, and we've got a couple logs sitting over here. And we'll go ahead and cut those and see what the sound is and how well it cuts through. It's a brand new blade, sharper than ever, so it should be pretty good. But let's go ahead and get that started now that you know what's going to happen here. So main thing to the cameraman is let's go ahead and make sure we can get that. I don't even know if you can see that on the camera. Can you get a view of the zero that's on there? Okay, now we've done that. We're going to just take a reading there in the bar. Let's go on the R. And we can tell the temperature, 150 degrees roughly. Actually 154. 154. Right in the middle of the R. As you can hear, it didn't do real good. Bogged down quite a bit, actually. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and clean the saw up and change it to Surma products, and then we'll come back. Oh, okay, we're back. We've let the saw cool back down. It's still a little warm on the head here. This saw, the way they hide the spark plug, we had to take off the case, as you saw earlier. So we're going to try and repeat. Now keep it in mind, this is a brand new saw. It hasn't had any time to oxidize and build up deposits inside the bearings and inside the motor that would change the RPM. So we're not expecting a whole lot of RPM improvement. On a normal saw, generally after about 6 months to a year's worth of use, you're going to see an average running of about 10,000 RPMs. In our testing, we've shown that once Surma's introduced, we can take that 10,000 up to 13,000, 14,000, showing that we're cleaning up that oxidation and the lacquers that are built up in the bearing. New saw, we're probably not going to see a lot of change, but we'll take a look. The big difference is going to be when we're cutting on the wood. You can listen to the saw. We're gonna pretty much be aggressive with it on the second run, whereas we were very passive with it on the first. And you should see less bogging and faster cutting and all the fun stuff there. But first things first, we've got the meter here hooked up. As you saw before, we're going to do that just to see the RPMs. Like I say, I don't think that they'll change a lot, but let's see what we can do here. See if I can start this from the dead cold, because unfortunately when we had to take this off, we had to disconnect the choke lever that needs it to hold on. So we're going to have to try and maybe choke it. Let me squirt a little fuel in it. Okay. Let me reach down inside there and pull the choke. It's going to be fun because I got to turn it off too. Alright, so now I got a little bit of gas. Reach down, turn it back off. Okay, now we're ready to take a shot. Read that. Ready? Okay, now that we've done that, let's let it for a little bit, and we'll check the bar temperature. Okay, now let's check that bar temperature like we did before. Right on the R, and let's see what that is. We're about the same, right about 145. Okay, as you can see, it's hot, nice and warm. I don't like dirtiness. So let's go ahead and now start this thing up, and if you came in, always wear your safety glasses. You can do a wide angle on this as well, or whatever you want to do. As you notice, it didn't bog down, and I'm pushing pretty good on it. I'm going to really try and get aggressive here on this next one and see if we can bog this machine down. Because on this machine, it was bogging as it came out with their lube. Let's give it a Well, not bad for a home style saw. I've definitely seen better performance overall. Seems like it's a little underpowered for that bar size. But in all essence, you saw the RPMs. Sound like they jumped up to me. It's got the one start pull going. And unfortunately, it's very hot on my hand to keep it right here because the head's right there, of course. Burns my fingers. But overall, it seems that we've got a little bit of improvement. It bogs slightly, but not even comparable to what was going on before. So thereby showing the increase in performance right out of the box. Imagine what it will do if you had a saw that's been used and abused. Surma is going to bring that saw back to good running condition. It's going to make it run better than it ever has. As you can see, if we can improve new, we can improve old. So, always remember, Surma multi-ratio 2-cycle oil frees up that motor, lubricates it like it needs to be lubricated, extends the life of that machine. When your income is counting on this chainsaw or any other 2-cycle engine, you can't beat Surma multi-ratio 2-cycle oil. It is the best. Thank you very much. This has been John Murray with Surma Industries. Check back soon as we introduce new products that can benefit you and save you a few bucks. Till next time.